Metroidvania fans, are you tired of the same old list showing you the same old games? Well, I've got you covered with 10 of the most exciting Metroidvania releases for the month of April 2026 that you probably haven't heard of, unless you're really hardcore. My name's OldGamer Joe, and let's get right into it before I lose your attention, starting with Horde of Viscount, which is very much inspired by the Game Boy era, late 80s, early 90s black and white aesthetic with that crunchy chiptune soundtrack. This is a mix of classic-vania and Metroid exploration, with Swiggin Studios placing a large emphasis on sub-weapons which are limited in how often they can be used. This adds an element of strategy to the overall gameplay, though don't panic if you're stressing over the challenge level, as difficulty options will give everyone a fair shot. There's merchants to trade with, levels to gain, and even a hidden map to unlock that might remind you of a certain reverse castle. Our next game doesn't have any massive cocks trotting about, but it does feature a nice selection of pussycats. It's a planet full of cats, which is launching on the 9th. This is a hidden object game meets Metroidvania. Two things that on paper go together like glue on a basketball, but if macaroni and ketchup have taught this gamer anything, it's that you should be open to trying anything once. The cats of this world have been infected, and you'll need to carefully pick out objects across various biomes to unravel the cause. Just how is this a Metroidvania, you ask? Well, for one, there's a massive map to explore that looks straight out of one of Samus's adventures, and there's also new abilities to be learned as you progress. Players will also earn new gear across their adventures, which sounds like the cat's meow to me. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this wasn't what our target audience was anticipating on a list like this, but expect the unexpected around here, folks. And grab this one, it's the pick of the litter on the 9th. Alright, I am cheating just a little bit with this next release as it is more of a classic-vania, but let's be real, if you're watching this video, you're probably going to be into this one too. It's Saint Slayer Spear of Sacrilege, coming to us from Lilymo Games. Calling back to the NES days of yore, get ready to whip it, and whip it good, through 21 challenging levels that can be enjoyed in either single player or with a friend. Taking place in late 17th century Europe, the gothic vibes are strong in this one, with a story written by industry veteran Colin Moriarty. Chiptunes, upgrades, passwords, and pixel art. What more could an old man like me ask for out of a video game? Our next title features choices that matter. It's called Foreign Sun, a small indie with big ambitions. Being developed by Final Scene Dev, you'll be exploring a massive lighthouse while carefully picking allies and battling off your foes with a blade of light. This can lead to fierce sword clashes, where you can then chain together combos and deflect bullets back towards your enemies. The art in this game looks really nice and simple, the world seems rather interesting, and I like the concept of being able to change factions depending on your mood. Sometimes you want to be an evil dickhead, sometimes you want to be cool. Look out for this one on the 21st. The Alruna franchise is returning after having seen a release in 2024 with Alruna End of History next on our list. Once again calling back to the 8-bit era with its visual aesthetics, this Metroidvania will feature quite the assortment of dungeons to explore. In fact, there are 4 massive uniquely themed temples in total. Alruna will need to save what's left of the world using an assortment of crazy jumps and bounces along with dashes to find hidden areas. Armed with a Blossom Blaster, she can easily shoot down her foes and not so easily slay a wide array of different bosses. You can start exploring this interconnected world sometime in April, hopefully. It should be materializing soon. It still says April on the Steam page anyways. Don't come after me. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you like supporting real people that make real things and you love what we do here at I Dream of Indie Games, well then consider heading over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. It does help us to be able to do this for you. Thank you for all that you do. Alright, our next game has been featured at one point or another on the channel. We got to talking to the developers, Code Nightly, good folks over there. You'll want to support Sunken Sky when it comes out, as it's a mix of Metroidvania elements and JRPGs. 2 of my favorite genres combined into one package. I love it. Plus, it has a really nice anime aesthetic to it with that gorgeous 2D art style. There's plenty of politics here with a kingdom that is engulfed in some serious conflict. You'll get your usual Metroidvania thingies here, including an interconnected world to explore that will take you through forests and mountains, amongst other territories. Characters will level up, and yes, there's even some mini-games to participate in. Sunken Sky should not be overlooked, and hopefully, again, it comes out on time. But there's a demo available at the least that you can try right now. We're going back to our roots with this next game, and I mean really going back to the heyday where nobody would talk to us or send us games, and that's totally cool. It's good to go back to where you came from. Violet Mind and the Mysterious Island is the tiniest of indies, but it has a big heart, featuring 15 hours of gameplay and some adorable pixelated ponies. The game will feature 30 different bosses, a magical Metroidvania map to explore that's rife with secrets, shortcuts, and more, plus a deep magic system which allows you to mix different elements together in order to attack your enemies. Sure, it looks a little framey and the graphics aren't incredibly detailed, but there's something charming about it too that calls back to those early PC games. I'm all about Violet Mind and the Mysterious Island dropping this April, and you should be too, damn it. Hey, I told you these were gonna be games you probably haven't heard of. Let's next turn our attention to Savage Horizons, a cute little Metroidvania that will be dropping on the 9th, which is very close to the release of this video. Heavy focus on action here. The game is going to be short. It is actually, according to the Steam page, designed to be completed in just under 2 hours, challenging players to go through it as quickly as possible. But you still do get that classic Metroidvania exploration, along with plenty of different combat mechanics, like a grapple beam that can be used, and a classic wall jump and a dash. So maybe, just maybe, find it in your hearts to help a small indie out like Insolent Studio and give Savage Horizons a look this week. Or if you're watching this later, well, it's already out. Well, this is something you don't see every day, a space exploration Metroidvania where you're literally a ship coasting and thrusting your way through a variety of environments. This is Nimillion, The Last Expedition, which hopefully won't be the last time we see this concept, because I actually think this game looks really cool. There's upgrades for your ship, there's tough bosses to take down, and the controls are supposedly pretty easy to master. I can kind of picture what they are in my head without even playing this, though I should probably give the demo a spin now that I think about it. There's going to be 15 hours of gameplay here. You can in fact take part in speedruns, so if you want to do that, there's leaderboards you can compete on as well. The physics look pretty interesting with the ship, and I enjoy these kinds of controls depending. Now if they get a little bit awkward and frustrating, well then we might have a conversation and I might regret putting this game on this list. But overall, I think it looks great. It has different difficulty options for players, different abilities for the ship, like a grappling rope that they can use, and 20 total levels. Very cool and original. Alright, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for that. I leave you with a game that was previously released on consoles. You don't see this often. It's coming to Steam PC for the first time from Idea Factory. On April 29th, you can add Ariana and the Elder Codex to your indie gaming library, a game that people really enjoyed upon its console release. You are on a quest to repair the 7 hero codices, and in order to do that, you'll need to rely on a variety of abilities, including 30 magical spells that you can use against your opponents and across the environment to maybe gain access to areas that you otherwise weren't able to. There's lots of platforming in this one, a really cool art style, the upgrade system looks fun, and the world looks massive. As someone who did not play this on console, and in fact doesn't even really own a console at this point, I very much look forward to giving it a try. Hey, thanks again everybody for watching. We hope you found some hidden gem Metroidvania game releases to add to your indie gaming library or wishlist this April. Voice to the voiceless, and we will see you on the channel for more great independent coverage.